then? Or what was your moment when it really set in?
Yeah. So mine was kind of slow because, at that point we really didn't kind of know how long it was going to last. And so I talked to my coach a little bit and we were both like, I still had spring quarter to do. And,
Okay.
I felt like I was in a really, really good spot fitness wise. And I didn't want that to go to waste. And so we both agreed like, there might be a 10K on the horizon in like June or something. Like, if you
Hmm.
want to still train, like, why not? But you know, the emotions of COVID and like,
Right.
what going through the pandemic and then also like not being able to like have your normal season anymore, coupled with like, running by yourself, within like, probably not even a month, I realized like this isn't fun. It isn't sustainable. I want to let go. And so I think one thing that's kind of interesting about my situation was like, even though like running for Northwestern had like ended very abruptly. One thing I kind of appreciated about my experience was like I got to let go on my own terms. I remember like I
Mm.
called my coach and I was just like, I'm not feeling good. Like, this isn't fun. And she just said like, what if you just stopped? And we kind of talked about like,
Yeah.
what that would look like and that's okay. And, she gave me some really good advice, just basically saying that, like, when you're in college, especially competing, your life kind of looks like this. Like, you've got, you're putting in a ton of time and effort on running, and energy. And so other things go on the wayside a bit more. Like, I loved music and playing music. Like,
Right.
sometimes like your friendships, your relationships, are sacrificed. Or I shouldn't say sacrificed, but like, put on the back burner. And so she's like, it's time for you to balance your life into other things, which
Yeah.
helped a lot. It started to kind of, instead of looking at like saying goodbye to running, it was more like, well, what doors do I want to open? What things do I want to revisit? So we kind of ended the phone call that way. And, I went in and my parents and I cheers with some wine and
Yeah.
yeah, that kind of marked the end.